I know I'm like not gonna have anybody on here watching, but hello, whoever's watching. I can't see. I don't know anything about the YouTube lives. Have no clue how this works. No clue how this works. Hey guys, I don't know who's here. I can't see anything other than 2 people. I have no clue how this works. What is that? I don't know where comments are or anything. Hey Stacy, okay, now I see. This is really strange. I know it works better if you do it from a laptop, but I don't have my laptop here at home with me. So, I don't know if you guys have seen Trump put out a statement just a very short time ago, basically that he's saying TikTok can come back on. Yeah, I don't know. I've got to get like a YouTube like office space set up with a computer and a webcam and a microphone and all the whole 9 yards, but I don't have that done yet because I just honestly, with it being as cold as it's been, I'm doing really good to get to work. Hey Natasha. So Trump put out a statement. Let me grab my iPad so I don't get it wrong. I know when I get on my computer, I can do all this from StreamYard. Actually, I do have an older laptop here, but I don't know where it is. I'll have to find it. So Trump posted on Truth Social very recently, and it says that he's asking companies not to let TikTok stay dark. I will issue an executive order on Monday to extend the period of time before the law's prohibitions take effect so that we can make a deal to protect our national security. The order will also confirm that there will be no liability for any company that helped keep TikTok from going dark before my order. Americans deserve to see our exciting inauguration on Monday, as well as other events and conversations. I would like the United States to have a 50% ownership position in a joint venture. Hey guys. Snowing like crazy in Tennessee. Stacy, I'm in East Central Mississippi, and I think we are supposed to get some, but what's crazy is my daughter down in Baton Rouge. Oh, that was not good. Oh, hold on. My daughter down in Baton Rouge, they're supposed to have like 5 inches. That's more than what we're going to get. Hey, HJ. I really wish I had my whole set up. I may go later and get my laptop, because I really want to be able to practice the StreamYard stuff, because that's where I could actually put this that I'm reading on the screen in a box next to me. I do think that YouTube lives are better than TikTok lives. But anyway, he's saying that he wants the United States to have a 50% ownership position in a joint venture. So I'm unclear if that means, because what I've learned is that with ByteDance, the Chinese government, the Chinese Communist Party, owns 1%, 1% of ByteDance. So I don't know if that 50% is 50% of that 1% that's owned by China, or I'm not sure. He says, by doing this, we save TikTok, keep it in good hands, and allow it to stay up. Without U.S. approval, there is no TikTok. With our approval, it is worth hundreds of billions of dollars, maybe trillions. Stacey, yeah, I kind of agree with you. I don't think that we'll see it come back up until maybe tomorrow night. And he says, therefore, my initial thought is a joint venture between the current owners and or new owners, whereby the U.S. gets 50% ownership in a joint venture set up between the U.S. and whichever purchase we so choose. Maybe he means purchaser we so choose. So I don't know what that last sounds like. Sounds like he's saying he wants somebody else to purchase it and the U.S. get 50%, which that would be horrible. We don't want TikTok owned by the government. That's a terrible idea if that's what he's saying. Now, if that's 50% of the 1%, like, okay, fine, whatever. But I don't know. This is not what most of us had in mind. But I'm forcing myself to put on some makeup this morning, so that is what I am trying to do. I don't even know what I want to wear. So I guess we'll see. I think he means someone in the U.S., not the actual. Maybe so. The way that it was worded, let me look at it again. Let me look at it again. Yeah, maybe that is. He's saying, though, the United States. But maybe he does mean a U.S. person. That could very well be it. But then it says, hold on. But then it says, whereby the U.S. gets a 50% ownership in a joint venture set up between the U.S. and whichever purchaser we so choose. So to me that sounds like he means the government get a 50%. I don't know. Who knows? It needs to be clarified. Stacey, so here's the thing. Show does not own TikTok. The problem is with any company that is a Chinese company, the Chinese Communist Party by law has to own at least 1% of that company, and it is actually the Chinese government that owns 1% of ByteDance. Show is just this. I saw, if you're talking about that TikTok where that girl said that, that couldn't happen, but it was a good thought. It was a good thought. And honestly, on, let's see, Wednesday or so, I did know that 21% of ByteDance is owned by a Chinese national that lives in Singapore. And I thought that was the Chinese part that the America was worried about. So I texted one of the plaintiffs in the lawsuit, And because I was like, I thought I had it solved. I was like, okay, when Trump gets in office, he can grant citizenship to that Chinese individual, that Chinese national, and then he's American. So then it is American ownership. So I texted that to one of the plaintiffs who I'm friends with, and he was like, that's not the problem. The problem is the 1% that the Chinese Communist Party owns. So I was like, okay, well, I thought I had it solved very creatively. Because, I mean, I had already Googled, like, can the president grant citizenship? And I thought I had it solved. And I know a lot of people on that TikTok, that girl's TikTok, was like, oh, that's genius. But I'm sure Show owns shares of TikTok. I'm sure he does, because 20%, I think it's like 20% of TikTok shares are owned by TikTok employees or ByteDance employees. But that's not the problem. The problem is that 1%, which is bizarre, y'all. I feel like I'm living in, I don't know, some alternate universe. And I've been going at people on Facebook all day, y'all. I'm like, I've got to step away. Somebody needs to take my phone from me. I am like totally spiraling. Hey, April. I'm just the ignorance of the American people. And I was that way myself before this situation. Very, very ignorant, very naive. Facebook is horrible. I mean, I have literally been throwing punches over there all morning long. One of our banks here, well, it's not just in Mississippi, but Keesler Federal Credit Union, they made a Facebook post last night. And I could see, like, where, you know, maybe in a month it would be funny, or in 2 months it would have been a funny post, but literally an hour after TikTok goes dark, they make this post. Let me find it. TikTok might be gone, but our app is still here. Take your TikTok time and turn it into financial time. The Keesler Federal Mobile Banking app not only lets you, anyway, this is it right here. And there are a lot of us who earned money through TikTok who bank with Keesler. And this was wrong time. Wrong time. And it did not hit well with a lot of us, and a lot of us started commenting, and they were like, oh, we were just trying to have a little fun. These people, fortunately, I do have a full-time job, so I'm not like losing my entire income, but a lot of people are. And a lot of people that own small businesses, like my friend Jessica, who owns Mississippi Candle Company, you know, they were having so much success on TikTok. They built a warehouse, they've hired employees. So not only does it affect the owners of the small business, it affects their employees. Like, the trickle down to this is massive. And we all bank with Keesler. And every loan I've had for the past 20 years has been through Keesler. And I do not default on loans. I pay my bills on time. I'm a good customer. Oh, Stacy, no, I haven't seen it. I need to go look at that. But I mean, I'm just like, those people on Facebook. I mean, I could say a lot. I'm not going to, because I don't want to just come on here and just be a complete bitch. But I'm like, if one more person tells me to get a real job, if one more person Tells me to dust off my diploma and get a real job. And then like on my personal Facebook, I've been posting about it, and the silence is deafening. One of my very good friends is one of our state senators. He obviously is not, involved in this situation, but it's funny. It's funny to see how few people that know you in real life actually support you. April, so they sent an email out. Well, okay, they didn't. Let me rephrase that. One of the agencies that I work with sent out an email, and they are going to be paying out. I think they said on affiliate stuff that if you were not on auto withdrawal, which I was not, I would go in and pull mine out. But if you weren't on auto withdrawal, they're going to automatically switch it to auto withdrawal, and they will be issuing those payments every Wednesday. And HJ, yeah. I don't know if you know my story with Facebook, but I got hacked back on June the 3rd. Filed multiple reports, would get a call back from somebody, and they would say, yes, we can see that your account has been compromised. We're going to submit this to the team and get them to call you back, and no one would ever call me back. For 6 months, I fought that. And finally, it took me reaching out to, I have a friend who's a content creator who I saw had been at Meta headquarters. And so I reached out and was like, hey, like, can you please help me? Like, I just need someone at Meta to put eyes on this. And they did. They finally, it didn't take long. It took a couple of days, and they had me back in my account. But then my monetization was turned off because the people that hacked it were posting pornography on there. And so I appealed that. Well, the appeal it looked like it was a favorable outcome. But still, like a month later, I still did not have my monetization back. And so I emailed him again. I'm like, hey, like, I need this fixed. You can clearly see the 2 violations right here that got the monetization turned off. It was after I was hacked. I need it back. And so finally, 2 days ago, literally 2 days ago, one day before the TikTok ban, they turned it back on. But now, it'll take me time to build that back up. But in May, my Facebook kind of like exploded. It went, I gained 26,000 followers overnight on Facebook back in May. And I made $1,700 from Facebook that month, from May 1st through May 31st, $1,700. They're refusing to pay me the money. They told me they couldn't pay me because it was earned after I was hacked. No, I was hacked on June the 3rd. Here's proof right here. It was from May 1 through May 31. Here's the proof. Sent it to them. But I had told, when I was in DC last weekend, I rented a room, like at a house, Airbnb, but it was not a full, it was not like a full place to myself. It was a room in a house with a husband and a wife, and the wife is an attorney. I did not know that, but she is, and she was like, you can file a lawsuit against them in small claims court. Like, you can do that yourself. It'll cost you $250 to file it. And I said, look, I don't even care if they pay me the money or not. I just want my monetization back. And she said, put that in your lawsuit. So I was getting ready to sue them in small claims court. Not for a lot of money, but just for what was rightfully mine, But that's the thing with Facebook, and I see it all the time because I'm in some groups, and people are talking all the time about how they don't pay. They don't make their payouts. All the time. Sorry guys. I have wallowed in my sadness long enough. And I need to put some makeup on today. You know, I mean, we need to be able to have free speech everywhere. It doesn't need to be censored. Isn't that weird, Stacey? You know, a lot of people are saying Meta's buying it. Legally, Meta cannot purchase it because it violates antitrust laws. But as someone pointed out, hey, Kara, I know, girl, me too. As someone pointed out, like, well, so banning the app was also against the law, and they did that too, and upheld the ban. And I'm like, you know, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. I don't think that would be allowed, though, honestly, because I truly, even though Zuck has been like, I don't want to get vulgar, but holding hands with Donald Trump, I'll say that. I still think Donald Trump has a healthy amount of skepticism towards Mark, and I don't think that would be overlooked. This is not my regular makeup. This is like, it's good makeup. It's just makeup that, since I got it, I got other new stuff. So I don't have any good brushes or anything in here. Yes, and verified. So it violates antitrust laws, basically meaning that a company cannot have a monopoly, which is exactly why with the United Healthcare stuff, the government actually had blocked them. They were trying to buy some hospice company, I think United Healthcare was, and the government had blocked that because it violated antitrust laws, because then they would have the monopoly on the industry, and it's against the law for one company to have a monopoly like that. So if Meta bought TikTok, then that would be the monopoly. Also, I don't think Google would let that happen either. I think Google would sue if that did happen. So he's not involved. He's not really involved with TikTok, and as far as I know. Hey, Beth. I think we're gonna get TikTok back soon. Trump made a statement just a little bit, maybe about an hour ago, basically saying they could come back now. They wouldn't be fined or anything. But, you know, I mean, also they may not do it. Yeah, hold on. It was on Truth Social. Let me find it. I'm asking companies not to let TikTok stay dark. I will issue an executive order on Monday to extend the period of time before the law's prohibitions take effect so that we can make a deal to protect our national security. The order will also confirm that there will be no liability for any company that helped keep TikTok from going dark before my order. And it says a little bit more too, but basically, no, he's not involved. He's just an annoying type. Yeah. You're right. But anyway, golly, I'm like, had to peel myself away from Facebook because Beth, he's just like any other politician. I don't like any of them. Yeah, they do censor everything, and there's a ton of misinformation over there too. Trump's just like any other politician. I'm indifferent towards him. I'll say that. I'm indifferent towards him. But I feel that way towards every politician, except for Ed Markey and Ro Khanna. Now, like, they're my guys right now because they have really stood up for us. Look, no, Beth, I'm not arguing with you at all. Like, it is what it is. Like I said in a video that I posted on TikTok, I'm very middle of the road. Very middle of the road. I'm really also libertarian. And that's just the way that I am. I respect your beliefs. I want you to respect my beliefs, you know. But yeah, I do think that Trump is gonna hopefully be able to do some good things with TikTok. I know, Stacy. Did y'all see that petition that the girl? Okay, so my friend Jalen, she started one petition, but another girl started a petition that that Tom Cotton should carry around a plant to replace the oxygen that he's wasted or something. Did y'all see that? It was like kind of going viral. Yes. So Jalen, she made a petition too, I think to remove him from office, and it had like over 60,000 signatures, and he had been notified of it. So I guess I've never made a petition before, but I guess once it gets to a certain number of signatures, I guess the company that collects the signatures, that runs the petition, I guess they have to notify the person that the petition's about, and he had been notified. Yep. Isn't that crazy? I don't think I have any eyeshadow or anything in here. What? That's not good. Oh well. I'll just have to use this bronzer then. April, it was really funny. It was really, really, really funny. Hold up. It's not time for that. Let me get some powder on. I'm getting all confused and not even doing my makeup in any of the right steps today. So, what's everybody else got going on? What's the weather like where y'all are? It was so nice here yesterday. The sun was out. It was kind of warm. It was really like a really nice day outside, which I didn't spend outside because I was in here drowning in my sadness and sorrow. But I did have to run outside and bathe my big dog because she found something dead to roll in. But today it's freezing. That's not blending too well. Yeah. Texas was supposed to have snow, but gone away. I know, girl. April, I was just thinking, like, I probably need to run to the grocery store. But it's too cold. Like, I should have done it yesterday. I hate the cold. Stacey, I just love having a Christmas tree up because it just makes everything feel so just warm and cozy to me, and I do hate taking a Christmas tree down. But anyway, I really need to go get my laptop and get this whole, like, YouTube, like this whole StreamYard stuff figured out. So StreamYard, they have a couple of different companies or services that you can use, but StreamYard is one of the services that you can use to stream live on. And one of the cool things about YouTube Lives is if you're using a service like StreamYard, then you can stream to other platforms at the same time. So like I could stream to X, I could stream to Facebook, can stream to, I don't know, probably like Twitch or something like that. I don't know really anything about Twitch. And so that is actually really cool. And then you can also like share the screen where you could pull up, like I could pull up a web page like that, that statement that Donald Trump put out. I could have pulled that up next to me if I'm on a computer in YouTube. So it's kind of cool. I just need to play with it. I should have played with it more. I haven't really played with it at all. I've only like gotten on to StreamYard. I kept my little tree and made Valentine. Yeah, that's perfect. That's a good time of year. A lot of people like in South Mississippi and Louisiana make it into like a Mardi Gras tree. I'm not. I'm just saying you can. I'm not saying I am. Definitely not saying I am. I logged out of my Facebook. I had to step away. No. I was not saying that I was. Just saying that you can. And there's another app, y'all. It's called Favorited. And I had downloaded it and had made an account. I had forgot about it. But it looks kind of promising, but it's only for live streaming. Thank you. I know, I have been stressed. Hey, Christy. I'm fine. Like, I'm fine today. Like, I do believe that it's going to work out. But up until this week, I've been very unsure. Everybody's told me it's going to be fine. It's going to work out. They screen ban all the time and it never happens. But I'm like, but it's never made it this far, guys. Like, this is the farthest it's ever made it. But, they did, didn't they, April? They did. Hey, Stephanie. So, like, my whole phone was glitching. My internet here, I just got Starlink here, because I had AT&T, but then I also had to get, like, one of the little boxes, like, what's it called? Like the FirstNet for like first responders and nurses and stuff, because my AT&T that came into my house was so bad. So I got one of those little boxes because it was a little bit better, but then it got to where it wasn't working. So I finally just bit the bullet. I got Starlink, got that set up a couple of days ago, and like it was even glitching. It was so weird last night. It was almost like the internet went dark, not just TikTok. It was really, really crazy. And I was like, oh great, here we go. Now the government's gonna blame TikTok for all of this. That was weird. That was definitely weird. Yeah, yep. It was very strange. Yeah, it's not normal. It's not normal at all. And that's what I've told like a lot of my other friends who create content. There's so much going on behind the scenes that we're not privy to. Oh, wow. That's crazy, Stephanie. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes that we have nothing we know nothing about. You know, and the Supreme Court could have ruled the way that they ruled to allow Trump to be the savior, you know? And I'm not. I am the farthest thing from a conspiracy theorist, but dang, this situation has opened my eyes. It has opened my eyes big time. And I don't trust our government for anything anymore. But you know, the Supreme Court had just ruled against Trump. And a lot of people were like, oh, they're going to issue the stay because Trump asked them to, you know, and they feel like they owe him something because of what, you know, how they just ruled against him. And then that didn't happen, which is really crazy because several of the justices were very clearly on TikTok's side. So you would think at least, at minimum, we would have gotten a stay. See, I'm not, April, at all a conspiracy theorist, like, at all. But now I am, I guess. But anyway, so we all thought that it would be a stay, especially since Trump asked for that. But then I'm like, maybe they upheld the ban so Trump could be the one to save it, you know, because that's what he said, he was going to save it. And there are more Republican justices than Democratic ones. I think by 1 or 2. I think there's either 5 or 6 justices that are Republican. Oh, I know. Crazy. Yeah. You're right, Stephanie. Okay, but he did say in that, which I don't think I read that part, in that release that where he posted on Truth Social, that he wanted Americans to be able to watch his inauguration. So we may see it come back up before the inauguration. We may. I don't know. We'll see. I don't have any eyeshadow here. Just having to use my bronzer. So, it's crazy. I just can't imagine, I just can't imagine being so greedy that I would rather harm millions of American people for my own personal gain. Yeah, that's just crazy to me. Hey, Susie. Have y'all ever used this clear brow gel? The other day I had to go get my hair done and I didn't want to do a whole lot of makeup, so I just used my tinted moisturizer and just did a little bit of blush, whatever, just did some clear brow gel. And after my hair appointment, I had chunks of dried brow gel that looked like I had boogers in my eyebrows, and my hairstylist did not say a word about it. Did I lose what? There you go. Oh, yeah, it's gone. For now, anyway. It's supposed to be coming back, though, Susie. We'll see. I mean, I guess also, like, if TikTok's not interested in working out some sort of deal, then we might not see it back. That's right, Stephanie. Yeah, Susie, I mean, I'm sure people on other platforms will have it. I really don't know. So, I'm not sure about this brow gel because honestly, it was like dried chunks in my brows. And I was so embarrassed when I got to my car. I'm like, why in the world did Kendall not tell me, hey, you got chunks of brow gel in your eyebrows, you probably need to clean them out. I really haven't thought about it. I mean, I guess on TV somewhere. No, I know. You're right. Where do I find you next? Susie, I don't think I have the picture on here. Hold on, and I don't think I have X on here either. It's True Crime Mama, but I don't remember if there's like I think it's True_Crime_Mama. I think. Yeah, and I don't. Wait. Hold on. It's right here. Well, I say it is. Hold up. Maybe it's not. I took a screenshot of it yesterday, but I guess that didn't sync with my pictures here on my iPad. I think it's at True_Crime_Mama. If not, it's True.Crime.Mama. Chrissy, what I was saying about Facebook. Which part? The part about, oh gosh. I'm so bad to sit on my feet, y'all, and my knee starts killing me. The part about fighting people over there, or the part about my page getting hacked? I need some eyeliner. I don't have anything like that in this makeup case. I don't even have any dark eyeshadow that I could use as eyeliner. I just heard you say you had to get off there right when it's called. How to get off there because people were being ugly and mean and rude and hateful. And I was kind of spiraling over there. It was like, you're kind of unhinged a little bit. Somebody needs to take your phone from you. Okay, I will, Stephanie. People just, I don't know why people have such a negative opinion, number one, of TikTok. I mean, you were either in two courts here. You were either like super pro TikTok or you were super against it. People, it's a very polarizing topic. And then people are just like, oh, time to dust off your diploma and get a real job. And I'm like, okay, number one, I have a real job, but number two, if I didn't, that is a real job. You make real money. It pays real bills, you know? Like, and they're like, well, it's not and what I don't understand is, why is it not a real job? Like, why do you think it's not a real job? Oh, because you don't get benefits. Okay, well, my daughter has a very real job. She works at 7 Brew. She works usually the morning shift. She has to be there at 5 a.m. And the way that 7 Brew does it is you spend half of your shift outside taking orders and giving people what they've ordered, and you spend the other half of your time inside making drinks. So at 5 a.m., when it's, tomorrow, what's today? Saturday? Today's Saturday, Sunday. Today's Sunday. Tomorrow at 5 a.m. when she's sitting out there and it's 15 degrees, that's a real job. And she didn't get benefits, but it's a real job. Or in the summertime at noon when she's out there and the heat index is 120, that's a real dang job. Exactly, Stephanie. Hey, Juju. Oh gosh, I need to leave it too, honestly, and I might just delete my personal page and everything. Like, I don't get on there very often already as it is. Just because I, was spent all my time on TikTok, but I mostly kept it just because I have a ton of pictures and stuff on there. I know, Juju. But I'm very confident. Trump has come out and he said that TikTok can come back. He's signing an executive order tomorrow. And is going to be working with them to find a solution. Now, whether it works out or not, I don't know. Who knows? Has anyone ever tried to scare you, threatening for covering her? I mean, I've been threatened to be sued. Like, the story, not a lot. That hasn't happened a lot, but the story about the two brothers from California that were out, what were they doing? They were looking for antler shed or something, I think. And it was not, hang on, let me get my little dog. It was not hunting season, so they didn't carry a weapon with them. And they were attacked by a mountain lion. And one of them died, and one of them, like, almost died. And, I mean, it was all over the news. And so I posted about it on TikTok. Well, it went viral. It had like, I can't remember. Like overnight, it had got like 4 million views. And people were blowing me up in my messages. And one girl was very, very ugly, cussing me out, telling me she was going to sue me. The family was going to sue me. But I'm like, but it's on the news. And then, like, what I shared was literally what the news shared. But there was the one person that was actually nice and was like, hey, like, would you mind deleting this? And so I did, because she was nice. If you come at me nice, then I'm going to be nice back. But if you come at me raging, you're going to get a lot of resistance. Y'all didn't see that there's a girl threatening to sue me last night on Facebook. That is so, so sad, Susie. Terrible story. Yeah, last night there was a girl on Facebook. I had initially posted that TikTok was going dark at 8:30 because that's what an email was sent out. Then another email was sent out that said that somebody that was unauthorized to email sent that out. It wasn't true. It was going to be midnight. And so she was in the comments like, my group of TikTokers has way more followers than you, and that's not what they say. And I'm like, how many followers? That's all I said. How many followers? And she didn't respond to me, but she got in my messages and just like went off on me and then just said, have the day you deserve. And she blocked me. So I just posted it. I just took a screenshot and posted it. Well, then she was pissed. She's going to take it to her lawyer. She's going to take legal action against me. I was putting her at risk because she was a domestic violence victim, and I was putting her at risk for posting her message. Crazy. April, I did see that somewhere. That is not a case that I followed pre-arrest. I was listening, I think it was to Mandy Matney's podcast, but it was before he was arrested. It was before anybody was charged with anything. And it was like in real time, you know. And I sometimes have a hard time listening to a podcast like that because I want to be able to sit and binge it from beginning to end. I don't want to have to wait on a new episode next week. So I quit listening to it. And then it all blew up. But that was like before I was on TikTok. So I didn't really follow it. I didn't watch the trial because I mean I do work full time. And sometimes I can turn stuff on and watch it, and sometimes I can't. It just depends on how busy I am. But I did hear that he was going to get a new trial. And I don't think he killed them. Do I think he was involved? Yes. Do I think he's the one that pulled the trigger? No. I don't know. I'll look it up. Let me see. Hold on. Let me finish making sure my mascara is okay. My eyelashes are so thin and so flat. That's just gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to go get a lash lift. Okay, let me put this makeup down and we'll look it up and see what it says. Yeah, Riley Train. Y'all, that's been almost a year ago. Can y'all believe that? March will be a year. We're literally like six weeks away from that being a year ago. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. That's for... It says accomplice. Hang on, let me look. Okay, his motion for a new trial was denied. But then it says new federal court dates set for retrial of accused Murdaugh accomplice. A federal filing shows that a date has been set for the former banker, accused co-conspirator Russell Lafitte. Lafitte is scheduled to be in court in May with a pretrial conference scheduled for May 2nd. Jury selection will start May 5th. Why is he going back to trial? Shortly after he was found guilty, he appealed his convictions for bank and wire fraud, citing the removal and replacement of 2 jurors who were implied and to have disagreed with this guilty verdict. He claimed this was cause for the courts to vacate his sentence and grant him a new trial. His appeals case was argued in September. In November, the court ruled in his favor. Well, something did just happen. Maybe they just announced the date. Maybe they just announced the trial date. Maybe that's what it is. Because when was this article? This article was from, what's today? The 20th? The 19th? This article was from 2 days ago. So I think I think that news was just when the trial is going to be. But it says Murdoch's was denied. And that's all I see. I don't see anything else. So, let me see if there's anything new. I don't even think I have True Social on this iPad. I'm sleepy, y'all. I've been staying up. I've been sleeping here on the couch. Truth Social. Hang on, Gemma, just a minute. I'll let you out. Let me let my little dog out. Hang on. She can't decide where she wants to be. If she wants to be in here, out of here. All right, hang on. Come on. Oh, goodness. She's coming. There you go. Go ahead, girl. Okay. Let's see. Let me download True Social and see if there's any new information out. I have to take a nap. I know you cover crime stories and it's all about getting stories exposure, but have you ever had another creator try to copy your style or copy you? Well, I did. And this has been a long time ago. This was probably like over a year ago. It was probably like a year and a half ago, not long after I first started, and I was heavy on the Shiver case, because there was a lot of information coming out about that, and there was someone who stole some documents that I had paid for, and like I had watermarked them, because I felt like that would probably happen, and she didn't like tag me or mention me or anything, and then when somebody called her out, she was like, I didn't even see those watermarks. It was over the entire document. And every time I would post something, within 10 minutes, she would have the exact same thing up. And it would be information that like I had gotten because in that case, I have a lot of sources, and it would be information that like I had gotten from a source that had not been released in the news. And, yeah, like she would never, I don't have a problem with you sharing the information, like that's fine, but, give somebody credit. But also, I noticed the other day she was covering some of the Caleb stuff, and so I like looked at her page, but she didn't. She basically has about the same amount of followers she had a year and a half ago. So her account hasn't grown or anything. I don't even remember what my username is, y'all, for True Social. Let's see. Gemma. Now she wants back in here. And the thing about it is, like, I mean, we know there's going to be overlap in the stuff because there's, like, the bigger cases. We're all going to cover those for the most part. Sometimes I don't intentionally. So, like, there's always going to be some overlap. We're going to be sharing the same stories and stuff and whatever. Like, that's fine. I don't own, the rights to any of it. But you can tell. Some of my other creator friends have problems with people basically copying them word for word. Or stealing, like if there's an image or a document that they have in their video, that other creator will just screenshot it and then just like crop it in really closely, and you can always tell, you know. You don't have to message me. I'm curious who you're talking about. What color hair do they have? I think I know who you're talking about, but I don't. If it's who I think you're talking about, I don't think so. Just because if it's who I think you're talking about, like she's a friend of mine. Um, but I also will say I don't watch a whole lot of content, a whole lot of other true crime content. So, and also in some of these cases, there's such little information that it's gonna sound the same. You know, like sometimes there's not even enough information to make a 1 minute video. So some of it's gonna be the same. Sometimes what we have to do basically is just get the story out there with the very limited information we have, and then people will start messaging us with details, and then that's how we get information. A lot of times. Are you talking about Megan? I really don't think that she does. She is as sweet as she can be. Um, I'm actually the reason she got started. She had followed me for a while, and she and I had talked about doing a podcast together, which we are gonna do. And so we were like on the phone talking about that, and somehow we were just talking about TikTok, and I was like, you need to do it, you know. And she was like, I'm so scared, and I'm like, don't be scared. I promise you, if I can do it, you can do it. Um, I really don't think so. But I mean, maybe, but I don't think so. I can honestly say I've never seen a video of hers that I've been like, you copying me? I've never felt that way. The person I'm talking about has like about 20,000 followers, and she's very uncouth, very very hard to watch, which is probably why her account hasn't grown. Not real consistent, like post a little bit of a story here and there. Yeah. Anyway, but I mean, I could bet money on you're not gonna know her, because she does have enough followers. Like I said, she has about 20,000. And I think she had like 17,000 like a year and a half ago, so her count really hasn't grown. But I mean, I could bet money. You know, I would post something with information that had not been released, and literally in 10 minutes I could go to her page and she would have the same thing posted. She's not like really in our space. Like I think she tries to be, but she's not really like, you know, like Abby, Jess, my friend Jalen. Jalen's awesome. Megan, EIC. Who else? There's a lot. I like the One Crime at a Time. Allegedly, reportedly. Oh gosh. I'm trying to be real nice, Brandy. I have real strong opinions about this one. It's just real unprofessional. It's just very, like I said, she's just very uncouth. I mean, 20,000 people apparently like it. I don't know. But I don't get to watch a whole lot of TikTok just because I'm busy, like doing my job or doing my own research, making my own content. So I really don't get to scroll the FYP all that often. So I don't often see other content. But I had within the past few months, couple months, I had gotten into a habit of like going to the FYP and scrolling it and watching people's videos, at least 5 seconds of it. If one of my friends popped up, that I would sit there and I would watch the whole video just to support, because that's a way for them to earn money that doesn't cost me anything but a minute of my time. Brandy, it is obvious, and Abby had issues for a while with somebody copying her. And you could always tell. Be like exactly the same words, like golly. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, probably at some point we're all going to be accused of copying. I don't know. I hope my style and my words are different enough that it doesn't look like I'm copying. But anyway. I do have to improve myself though. My daughter has like a vlogging camera that she taught her dad into buying her several years ago. It was like $1,000. She was gonna start doing like these YouTubes and stuff, and of course she never did. So I have that camera because I told her, this was like back at Christmas. I'm like, where's your vlogging camera? Because you don't use it. You've used it once or twice since you got it, and I need it. I'm gonna use it. She has a mic and everything. So like I've got to get all that set up, like a specific designated space for YouTube. I need to invest like in an actual desktop computer with like all the things, just so that I can live stream on YouTube. And it's just not something that I've done, not something that I've spent time doing. But I'm going to. Especially if TikTok is saved and I have the extra funds, so I'll be able to do it a lot quicker. But Brandy, you are right, but also a lot of times it's like what I was saying earlier. A lot of times there's not a lot of information, and so you literally have to make a video just on the most basic stuff that you can find, and then that's when people start messaging you, and that's really when you start getting the information. A lot of times. Oh, whatever. People didn't like me doing TikTok shop stuff. And I mean, like, I get it. I do get it. And I'm being a lot more careful now about like what I accept from TikTok shop to share. But I mean, I do like to share things that I like. Like my dry shampoo, I love my my tinted moisturizer, I love the curling iron that I use. Like, those are things that I genuinely love, that are good deals and good values. And I buy a lot of stuff from TikTok shop. Like, a lot of my makeup I get from TikTok shop. My foundation, that L West foundation stick, which I didn't use today because it's in my makeup bag in my car because I use it every day. When that was $25 at Sephora and it was $19 in the TikTok shop. Well, heck yeah, I'm gonna buy it in the TikTok shop. I'm gonna save that $6. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. My agency did recommend that I separate and make 2 pages and have like that stuff on a different page. And we had this discussion back in November. And that is my plan to do that. But I also was not in November going to dedicate time into building a new TikTok page for that kind of stuff when I wasn't sure what the fate was. So I haven't done that yet. But I will. If it comes back and there's a deal, then I will, and I'll separate it out so there's only true crime. But also, I have posted, like, there's been days that I've gone to my, like, get my hair done, and I would post, like, you know, what I ate or whatever, just like my afternoon. And then people did like that. People were like, oh, we like seeing this side of you because we don't see this side of you. So some people like it, some people don't like it. You do get things a lot cheaper. You do. I appreciate you saying that about YouTube. I have a long way to go. I've got to really learn. Like I said, I got to get my dedicated space set up to film. Got to get better with my editing. There are some channels that I follow. And interestingly, I don't really follow any true crime channels on YouTube. I have seen some. I've watched some of, what's that girl's name? She's really big here on YouTube. Does it start with an A? What's her name? She's really pretty. She's serialously, is that what it's called? And I don't think it's Kendall. Does Kendall have blonde hair? Annie, that's it. Annie Elise, her, yeah. I have seen some of her stuff, but y'all know what I like to watch. It is Annie Elise is who it is, and I have heard of Kendall, but I don't really watch a whole lot of that stuff on YouTube. On YouTube, I watch Pilot Debrief, which is like a plane crash analysis channel, and I'm weird. I'm a nerd. So that's what I watch on YouTube. That, or like I'll watch some travel content. Like if I'm prepping to go to a trip, especially if it's somewhere out of the country, then I'll watch that kind of thing there. What else do I watch? That's really about it. I love Pilot Debrief. It's my favorite YouTube channel. Sometimes I do watch Gray Hughes too. Kind of gets on my nerves a little bit, but I like him. I do like him. I know people love Gray or hate Gray. I get it. He can be a complete asshole. But I myself have personally had good interaction with him. And I like his breakdown of things. I like how detailed he is. And I think it's just a different perspective it's different than what most people do. I agree with that, Brandy. I do agree. Sometimes it doesn't bother me, like if it's constructive, because I just had an exchange with a girl on Facebook. Because I was furious about that Kiesler post, and I'm like, this marketing person needs to be terminated. And this girl was like, but that's what you're on here complaining about. You're on here complaining about losing your income from TikTok, and now you're saying someone else needs to be terminated. Like, I don't think that's fair. And I'm like, you know what? That is a very fair and valid point. I will edit my post, and I did. So I don't mind it if it is kind and if it's constructive. And she said I had unfollowed you because of this. She said, but because of this exchange that we've had since then, she said, I followed you again. And she said, I appreciate you hearing me out and not dragging me. So People are petty, and I can be petty too. I'm guilty of that. Definitely not trying to bring anybody down, but I will defend myself, and I will defend somebody who's right, or my friends or my family, in a heartbeat. Hey, GB wife. I just came on to talk about the statement that Trump put out earlier, about an hour or so ago. Look, I've been on Brad, the guy Brad, has literally followed. I don't know if he's the Pineapple Hut, whatever guy. He has followed. He's one of my longest followers, and I know that. And we message back and forth some. He's emailed me, and I mean, not anything ever like deep, but just here and there, just very like light surface area stuff. But when he came in my messages, I'm like, Brad, no. Like, I have spoken out about the involvement of Meta and Mark Zuckerberg on this stuff. I haven't blamed Biden, but it's the fault of many people. It's not just Trump's fault. It's not just Biden's fault. It's not just one congressman or congresswoman's fault. It's the fault of a lot of people. It's the fault of the Supreme Court. It's a lot of people's fault. So, anyway, he finally ended up messaging me and apologizing. And he just kept wanting to say, God is in control, which, I'm a Christian. I do believe in God. But I'm not the type of Christian that believes that I can just sit here and pray for something to happen and not take action. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Yes, GB wife. Yep, Abby's on here too. Abby doesn't go live very often, so I don't know. Maybe she will. I did tell, I have a text group with Abby, Jalen, Jess, Megan, Janice, who's allegedly, reportedly, I think that's all of us in that group. And I told them, like, y'all, we need to start all going live together, on TikTok or on YouTube, like, once a week for an hour. We need to all go live together and talk about different things. But maybe we'll start doing that. I think that would be nice. I love going live because I like to actually feel like I'm talking to y'all. So Lindsay Shiver's trial is supposed to be coming up in March. You want to know a secret? I haven't told this. I don't think he is. They're still married. I don't think he's engaged. But y'all know a secret? So back in the fall, before her trial was supposed to be in October, I was contacted by a Good Morning America producer to do an interview, and then the trial was postponed to March. So they were like, we'll touch base with you again at the beginning of the year. So I'm actually flying Good Morning America is flying me to New York, not this week, but next week, to do an interview for a special on the Shiver case. That's crazy. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna wear, y'all. I don't even know what I'm gonna wear. Isn't that great? It won't air until after the trial, so I want to make that clear. It's not going to be live or anything. It's just a special that they're doing on it, and it won't air until the trial's over with, just because of all the issues with the Bahamian government has. Like, you cannot give interviews, speak to the press, speak out, whatever, before trial. Like, I can, but the defendants cannot. And that's basically kind of one of the reasons that they were put back in jail. So it won't air until after the trial, but I'll be sure to let everyone know when it's going to be on. And honestly, I got to have my TikTok back so I can watch all those videos that I did, because I need to refresh my memory on everything. Isn't that crazy? I don't know what to wear, y'all. What should I wear? Bella said you need to get a blazer, and I'm like, I don't really want to go with that look. I don't want to look stuffy. I mean, I love a good blazer look. Do not get me wrong, but I don't think I want that look. So I don't know. I don't know what to wear, and I don't really know where to find something that like looks nice like that. I mean, I know where to find stuff that looks nice. I guess that's something specifically in my mind that I want to wear. But yep, so that's the story. And also that same week, so that interview will be recorded on January 31st, which is 2 weeks from this past Friday, January the 30th. So on that Thursday, the day before, I'm supposed to be going to a TikTok event in New York, which it all just kind of worked out. It's crazy how the timing worked out, because I was supposed to go to other TikTok events in New York, but I just can't, like, I gotta work. So I can't just take off work to fly to New York for a TikTok event. But this worked out because my interview is the 31st with Good Morning America, and then I got the email about the TikTok event being on the 30th. So I'm like, that's perfect. And Good Morning America's paying for my flight and my hotel and everything. So it's not costing me anything extra to go to the TikTok thing. I hope this will have it. Anyway, I'm spilling all kind of stuff over here to you guys. But I'm fixing to hop off. I feel like I do kind of, part of me feels like we'll see TikTok come back up. What did Trump's statement say? Let me look again, because it said something about the inauguration. Oh, somebody just said they can use TikTok on their web browser. It said, Americans deserve to see our exciting inauguration on Monday, as well as other events and conversations. So I'm wondering if it's not going to be back up before that. Hang on, I'm texting somebody back. Okay. All right, guys. Stay tuned. I think TikTok's going to be back. I really do think so. But if not, I'll be going live here. And if y'all are not on the Favorited app, go download Favorited. Because I just, like I said, I had it downloaded and I had an account and I didn't even remember that I did. But somebody was telling me a good bit about it last night. And it's just for live streaming. And I was like, that kind of sounds cool. And it looks really simple. I think I kind of like it. So it's called Favorited. But I'm going to stay off Facebook for a little while so I don't get canceled over there. Like, I'm on my way to getting canceled on Facebook. But I'll be back here sometime. So I know y'all are subscribed, but just hit that little notification bell. So if I post something or go live, like, you'll see it pop up. All right, hopping off.